And when I saw that episode of Adolescence, I thought is that for all of those boys and girls, students, and the teachers, they're all trying to survive in an environment. It reminded me of, actually, it looked like a zoo in some ways for the students. And it reminded me of, like, essentially it's more correctional facility and control than education. And in that midst, you have children who are children, who are trying to survive.
Oof. And
for some of those students, it is survival. It's not to be bullied and not to be, and in some ways, the social isolation and ostracization is more painful than the physical act of being bullied. And I think at the end of that episode, when, the lead detective, the DI, reaches out to his son and he realizes, like, I've missed all this. I've missed what you've told me. I didn't know what your life, I thought I was protecting you in some ways, and let's go out for a burger or whatever you want. Like, that's one of the few warming moments in that whole show in which you look at, like, someone just got it.
When you said that part about the father and son, I think something that stood out to me in one of the exchanges in the classroom was the son was like, my dad is struggling. The son was like, okay, I mean, my dad and brother don't get along really well, but I need to, like, try to save him from himself, And the son went in there and was like, okay, look, I'm gonna try and explain this to you, but I need you to listen. I need you to, like, I'm trying to get you to listen, because not hear what you think you want to hear, but I need you to hear what I'm trying to tell you, because you're missing it. Like, you're missing it, right? And I think that moment was like, and the son could have just, I've had young men who try once and they give up. They're just like, all right, fine, you ain't listening. And he's like, what am I listening to? I'm trying to listen. But sometimes I'm trying to get to the solution, and you're taking me through a story, and I don't have the time for a story, right? Sometimes. And I think you have to be like, I need you just to, like, let me try and explain it so that I can break it down into little pieces. And those, because we think we're so smart and we're so brilliant, we sometimes are unwilling to, like, let it recognize that we are not the smartest one in the room right now.
Yeah.
We've taken more breaths. We've probably made more mistakes, but we don't know all the stuff that there is to know. And I think that's what oftentimes gets the educators in social trouble with students.
What you said just reminds me of what we talked about earlier, which is, in that example, like, the dad is offering his perspective, and the students don't respond, of course, because he's wrong, right? And so he thinks, like, what's wrong with them? And his son comes and says, like, Dad, you have it wrong, right? So don't blame us for not responding to you. Let me help you understand how you might change your approach so you understand what's happening here. It goes back again, like, do we blame the boy, or do we put a mirror on ourselves and say, we have it so wrong right now? In that exchange, like, you can see the dad struggling to hear it and take it in, but eventually he has the humility in some ways to, like, all right, tell me what I don't understand here, and it's profound, right?
Yeah. So profound. Yeah.